fuzz people. Henning here. I'm not a fuzz people. I'm not even a fuzz person. I'm not anything fuzz. Sometimes there's one that's more playable, that doesn't get in your way, that doesn't go spitty, 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 even though the spitty stuff can be fun. Today we're looking at the Rara Avis. I don't know what that means. It's some language, maybe something clever and intellectual, because the guy behind it's very clever and intellectual. Now, the guy behind it is Peter Ahrens, who is, in my eyes, in the eyes of some other people that I know, that are knowledgeable in the field, one of the best amp designers in the world. The amps he did for Ampede, his own company, brilliant. He is also the guy that makes the amp switching system in this room. And he was the guy behind the new Soldano SLO 100 and the Vice Synergy module and Tone King amps and pedals. And then he completely revitalized Bad Cat. He's good. Now he started a new company called Automat. Automated, I don't know how you say that. Automat. It's very German. And in a time where people don't buy a lot of pedals, and in a time where we have way too many fuzzes on the market anyway, because everyone and their mom makes a fuzz, he released 2 fuzzes. So I wasn't very excited about that. But they are rather good and probably the one fuzz you need if you're into fuzz. So let's take the Rara Avis out of the box.
Circuit hum like a city asleep. Wires twisted in a promise to keep. Peter hands built that growl in the dark. Automat audio, the lightning spark. Crank it up, feel the thunders roar. Speaker shaking, rattle the floor. A fuzz pedal with soul of its own, born from the fire where legends are grown. Automat dream, make the amp scream. Turn your clean tone into a raw stream. Peter's craft sets the sound ablaze. Fuzz takes you to the edge of the haze. Sweat soaked stage, the lights running wild. Plug it in, let the beast go on, bro. Aluminum case in that.
Now that it's out of the box, we can do product shots and get some sounds for you so you know what's happening. Now that you know what's happening, I pushed this thing into the MK Overdrive by Victory. It's a little green amp that I have, video coming, and I noodled over a track extremely badly. But you can hear the pedal. Don't pay attention to the notes. They might not be good ones. Right? I didn't oversell that track. That was shitty playing. But this is not what this channel is about. I mean, most of the time the channel is about shitty playing. But today it is about the Rara Avis. I think that's how you say this. Rara Avis? I don't know. So, it's a fuzz. And there's a couple of things that you will recognize from something like a Big Muff, like the filter. The bias is something that some fuzzes have, and it kind of feels like it's starving the pedal, and further to the left, you're getting the spiddy kind of thing. So, and with more bias, we're all biased today. It's politics. With more bias, you also get more gain. So less spiddy, less gain, but more spiddy, less gain, less spiddy, more gain. But then the filter also does stuff. You can literally dial in a lot of different fuzzes that you want. And if you go into lean mode, then it's more, I would like to use some fuzz terminology like, fuzz phase, but I really don't know and honestly don't care. It's about this thing, and it's about the sounds we can get, whether or not they are sounds that are based on, reminiscent of, who gives a flying rat's ass. Listen, decide whether or not that's something you want in your arsenal on your pedal board, and then we'll take it from there. The sound we will be using, chair setting, the sound we will be using is the Tone King Imperial, because it is the premier pedal platform, if you ask me. And we have a couple of other amps on as well. And then we're gonna pump this thing into it, which is a Fibonara Erotic Swamp Ash Body Pulp Ferro neck. I mean, it's a masterpiece of a guitar with a price tag that goes along with it. But we have single coil, which is great, and we have humbucker in serial and parallel, but we're gonna do series. So that's the amp in single coil and humbucker. So in fat, woolly, but very playable. What do I mean by playable? Well, there are some fuzzes where you can only do single notes, it's very blown up, and it's out of control, and the fuzz guides you. You're not in control, the fuzz is in control, which can be fun to create some inspired licks and riffs. However, I like to be in control. Here we go. Special thing is a little bit back on the volume and you got cleans. Super spanky cleans. Apparently that's a fuzz phase kind of a thing, but what do I know? Nothing. So volume is really like an on-off, and it's just a little bit of a flick of the V. The flick of the V and you're good. Just flick that V. So we're gonna get the bias down. Wouldn't it be nice if there was just a knob that you could twist and your bias is gone? Yeah, let's get some more input into it and then we're getting that shit. Cool? Broken sounds. So, more bias is more gain and more playability. Let's stick with this for a second and go into lean. Not fuzz sound. Cuts out the low end, clear mid honk. Very famous fuzz tune. Not. Let's go into the filter. Beautiful pads when you're doing those power chords. If you want to fill and have a slightly different variation of drive for your rock and roll. treble. Oh, that's the bass. Why is the treble on the left? That's weird to me. That is weird to me. Massively interactive controls. Everything kind of does something to the other and vice versa. Back to the fat mode or big mode. Soft clicky. Also super cool if you look in the back, the font is upside down because you're going to read it bending over your pedal. So it makes a lot of sense. Peter is a smart guy. I love the design with a little step in it. It's well built in California. It's well designed. It's too small, Leslie. It's got cool graphics. I mean, I can't fault it at nothing other than being a fuzz. But if you get the hang of what the bias does, whether you want big or lean, and then bias and filter along with the gain and the big and lean, if you find out how to hone in on those sounds, there's spitty ones, there's muffy ones, there's facey ones, there's a lot of fuzz in the Rara Avis. I don't know how much it is. I have no idea. Look it up. I don't think they have. I don't think they have hit stores yet. Thanks, Peter, for sending this. You're a good friend and you make amazing stuff. And I keep repeating that to everyone I encounter. I will put links below if he has a website already. Check it out. This is really good shit. If you're looking for the one fuzz that does a lot on your board, that's the one. Please subscribe, use the links, be kind in the comments, and watch the animals at the end. Leslie, the producer lady up there, just kindly informed me that we never went into other amps. And she's right about that. So, here we go. Bombshell Overdrive, which is a dumble kind of a thing. It's the blue thing up there. Let's go single coil here. I'm gonna go into the fat mode. Let's do this. Arms centered. rather well in that. Marshall, 1959, modified that thing. None of the mods are on. And, Edge of Breakup-y. JCM 800, modified. None of the mods are on. Rather on the nice side. Okay, now, Animals at the end.